Hi guys, and welcome back to our tutorial series. In this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to actually create the blood splat screen. Now in the last tutorial I showed you guys how to create the basics of the fall damage script. Now I recommend you go watch that first and come to this. Now in order to achieve the blood splat screen, I will be using the player's health script I made, which wasn't completed. It was just a GUI appearing on the screen saying how much health we had. Now I'm going to show you what that looked like. So when you start the game, this is all we used to see, just 100% and the GUI bar. Now I think I called my script player health script or new health system, something like that. Now just open your script. Now if you haven't created the script already, I recommend you go watch the tutorial first. It's in the description bar. Please do, then come back to this one. Alright, now in this we already had the texture, the health, and the positioning of the GUI, and then the GUI itself, nothing else. Now in order to create the blood splat screen, we're going to be using a new element called alpha channel for the GUIs. Now if you don't know, GUIs contain alpha channels. How do you access them? Pretty simple, I'll teach you in a bit. Now what do alpha channels do? Alpha channels give you a value of 1 and zeros. 0 meaning the lowest, 1 meaning the highest. So 0 could mean 0%, 1 could mean 100%, and whatever's in between that means 95, 75, so on and so forth. Alright, now 1 is the highest, meaning 100%, so that means all the alpha channels, meaning transparency, is visible to us. When it goes to 0%, it's no longer visible to us. That's how alpha channels work. Now it's similar to Photoshop. If I quickly show you, I'll open Photoshop up and I'll show you. Right, I'm just going to create a new, alright, doesn't matter. I'm just going to create a new one, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to just paint this all red. Where's my paint bucket? Right here. Alright, there it is. Now you can see over here we've got the opacity. Now if I drag this down, at the moment it's 100%. As you can see, 100% all viewable to us. Now 70, if it goes to 70, you see it start fading away. Now if I go to 0, it's completely disappeared. And if I put it back to, let's just say 1, slowly comes back. Sorry, that's not 1, that's 1. Still not visible, but if I put 5, it starts to show again. 6, 50, starts to come back. 25 starts to come back. Sorry, 25 starts to barely come back. So that's what alpha channel is. Keep that in mind, it's very important. Now that's what we're using for the GUI, and it's very important, we will need it. Now to access it, all we do is GUI.color, and it has a property called A. This is what we're going to be using, short for alpha. Now at the moment it has no value. We need to give it a 1 or a 0. 1, like I said, which is the highest. 0 is the lowest. 0 will make it disappear, just to show you. Save that, go back into Unity, and this time if I run the game, okay, wow. Just bear with me. Oh, the game was still running, I don't know. Alright. So much lag for some reason. Interesting. Alright, it stopped. Right. This time when you stop, you'll see the GUI disappears because its opacity is no longer visible to us. But if I go back in here and replace that with a 1, watch what happens. %. Now you probably think to yourself, alright, that works, but what if we got something like 0.25? What would happen then? I'm just about to show you. I'm just going to remove the 1 for now, leave it as equal and close it. And over here I'm going to put var alpha, and it's going to be type float, and it's going to be equals to 0 for now. No, let's put it 1 and save that. Now in the update, before we do anything, I just want to quickly do this. I'm going to say if open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, close curly brace. Copy that one more time. Go down here and paste that in there. I'm gonna say if alpha is less than 0, then alpha equals 0. And in this one you can guess if alpha is greater than 1, then alpha is going to be equals to 1. Alright, that's just to keep the values within 1 and 0. So, let's see what happens. Nope, unexpected token somewhere. That closes that. Oh, sorry, yeah. Over here, just put alpha. Alright, now let me show you what happens. Now, there is alpha right there. It's got 1 at the moment. So, when the game starts, it's completely viewable to us. So, if I go over 1, you can't. Okay, you can't. If I go less than 0, you can't. Now, if you see, if it's 0.57, it slowly becomes visible to us. Let me show you. Let me face something else. There you go. Alright. Now, let's try something. 0.01. Sorry, 0.1. You start to see it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25. Actually, let's do it in 25. You don't, because 9 is like to 10, which is 100% again. On over to just place that with a 1, and it's there. So 0.50 starts to become visible. 85, 99, and then 1, which is 400. So as you can see, the inner values work as well. Okay. Go back into the script. Now that we've got that sorted, before we actually start throwing the blood splat screen, we actually need a new function. Function called timer wait. Oops. Open bracket, close bracket, closing bracket, closing bracket, open bracket. Ah, lost my own word. Hold on. Open bracket, closing bracket, opening curly brace, and closing one. There we go.